Good morning. So I slept so well. I slept, my goodness, like a baby. Um, it's like 2 nights now. I'm sleeping like wow, without moving, without even turning in the bed. I'm like amazed. I'm like, usually I go once a night, go to pee, and I go back to sleep. No, not even. Wow, 2 nights in a row like that. And I wake up and I had this dream and I lost it and it came back. And this dream is quite really interesting. And it's like I am in a city. This city, I think it's New York, and I'm walking in the street. And it's end of the day. The light is really beautiful, and there are a lot of people around. But I'm like, walking like when I was living in New York. Walking hours, and I enjoy that. And I'm in this street, and I pass in front of a facade of an old building, very beautiful old building from the 1800s. And there is the entrance with a big hall, and there is the two sides of the building, and it's in renovation. And I see, this building where you have an entrance on one street, and you can access also, it's crossing the whole building, and you can go and see also the light of the other street, parallel street on the other side. So I see that side, the right side, because I pass like that, I pass the left side and the right side, and both aisles, both sides are in renovation. And I can see that there are work, it's empty, but I can see the light, and there are the pillars, and the light is on the side, like, end of the day, really beautiful. And so I want to go and do pictures in that building. It must be amazing. But I cannot go in because they are closed for renovation. It's in construction. So I have an idea. I say, oh, okay, I'm going to take the hallway. It's open. And I'm gonna maybe arrive at the end and find a way to go on the left or on the right, but the light is more on the right end of the day like that. And I go in the hallway, and when I am in the hallway, I'm surprised because the hallway is already renovated, and it's so beautiful. It's a path of light, and it's surprising because it's like the light is emanating from the hallway. It's all like marble, but it has a kind of white, silver gold emanating luminescence from the path. And in fact, it's the path that become more attracting to me. And I arrive at the end, and it's a big vault, that always like a big vault. And it's more I go in, more I'm on the path, and more it's magical. And I enjoy this journey through that path. And I arrive at the end, and there is a wall with a lot of marble texture, and it's gray, silver, gold in the marble, and it's beautiful. And on each side, there is the access to the two aisles of the building that I was seeing before. And I go towards the right because it's the one there, the light end of the day was uh, crossing the room that I was seeing from the other side of the street. And I hear at the desk of the doorman a man and a woman that are speaking. And intuitively, I know that if I go there, they will not let me go. So I don't even try to go there because I'm so fascinated by the hallway that they have the idea as it's beautiful going in. I said, turn and look how it is on the other direction, because maybe it's there you can do a beautiful picture. So I turn, and this hallway is very huge, and it's beautiful, amazing architecture. And in fact, I realized that I came to enjoy that path, that my higher self, attracted by the light outside of this construction area, in fact, gave me the idea to take that path. and that this is the path that I had to discover the whole way. So I turn, and there it's beautiful because there is a vault. And the more I walk, and I've tried to find the right angle to have the vault on the top and the floor. There is nobody in the hallway but me. But after, at the end, there is a landscape. And the landscape where I came from, the landscape is not a street. The landscape, it's a landscape. And I'm like, wow, I was unable when I was there to see the landscape. I had to take the path. I had to do all this journey to have the idea to turn, and it's the light. Remember, it's the light at the beginning, beautiful light who gave me the idea to go towards the light. So I say it's amazing because my attraction for the light to do a beautiful picture make me discover something else and make me discover that I was already in a beautiful landscape that I was unable to see. So here I am, and I go closer and closer towards the beginning of the hallway, beginning at the entrance of the building, towards the landscape to do beautiful pictures. And I start to see that on the left side, I can see, that was my right side when I was going in, that there is sand, beautiful golden yellow sand shining still under the light of the sunset, and the blue sky, no one cloud, and it's beautiful. And I can frame this with the top of that hallway like a vault, and it framed beautifully the landscape. And when I was going to click, suddenly someone that was seated on the floor that I could not really see because I was more attracted by the horizon and the wall connection of the horizon and the sand, the beautiful light and the vault, stand up in front of my pictures. And I say, no way, I cannot. I just, when you want to do a picture and someone is just showing up in front. I was like, no. And the person goes down again. And I realized, in fact, that there are a lot of people there, sit there, like part of a big event, sportive event, because they were all this kind of jogging in blue, with numbers, with inscriptions, sport things. And I discovered them all seated on my right side. And I'm like, oh, it could be nice if I were not be there. Like this, I could do a beautiful pictures of the whole landscape with the boat and the sand and the desert and the sky. And suddenly, like to answer to my desire, they stand up and they start to leave. And here I am, I'm like, yes, this is working. So now I have to be patient for them to leave. But I was thinking they are so numerous, they have to leave, and it may take time, and the light is going down, and I may lose the light. But something inside told me, be patient, be patient. You will have exactly the right light that you need to do the most beautiful pictures of the beautiful landscape, yellow, golden, and blue together, and framed by this vault like a womb. And it was like, you will make it, it's gonna be. And I wake up there when they were going away, and I was waiting patiently that they're gonna leave for me to do my beautiful pictures, in fact, of something that speaks to me about a rebirth. A rebirth. And it's funny because today it's a day where Mars, the planet of the god of war, but also of renewal, that is going direct again. So there is a lot of symbols in these landscapes, yes, in this dream. Beautiful energy. I see this really, really positive. I am like, wow, the path, the journey of light, and to bring right and The path is already remodeled, renewed, and it's the thing that make us go after to rebuild differently, uh, because this always is what is it's what we have to go to be able to access to right and left. It's also this always that is unifying right and left and shows me that the path is a way, it's already remodeled. And now, right and left of that building, beautiful building from 1800. So, something that speaks to me about the base of the Constitution somewhere, the structure of something that come from this era, and that path is already remodeled, and it's a path that's going to connect both sides of that building, right and left, that are in remodeling now, that are remodeled now, that has to be renewed, that cannot work like they were working before. They have to be rebuilt in something new, and the path is already the structure, the base, the womb, the way to go toward this is already there, and we have to use that in its light to be able after to have access to these two sides, to rebuild them with a new light and renew them. And now we have the energy for that with Mars direct in with its beautiful energy, warrior, but not in a bloody way, warrior in the energy of it's the energy of Aries, it's the energy of spring. It's that energy that is going there, and this towards the middle of winter, we're gonna go toward where we have, we are in touch with our roots, our structure, really deep on 21st of December. That is my birthday, and they're gonna be the passage to Aquarius era. So we live an amazing time. And this dream, I'm gonna meditate on that because there are so many things I know it's gonna come during the day today. And I'm gonna have more and more and more information. But the symbolic is very strong, really telling us to be patient.